friends, welcome to Bella Stitchery. It's Tutorial Tuesday. My two favorite things, making stuff, reading stuff. So it was inevitable that I would eventually make a bookmark. Now, there are several ways to make a bookmark, which is kind of what makes them fun. I'm going to show you what I think is the simplest fold technique, and it is still flexible to different sizes. I'll show you some variations on this as well, along with some ways to make this a kid's craft, because it is summertime here at my house, and I not only have my kids because they live here, but their cousins throughout the week. And since I do have a craft room, this is their favorite place to be. Understandably, I would feel the same way. But what do you do with all of these children running around, throwing glitter in their faces? You got to give them something to do. So I'm going to show you how you can use this same craft and incorporate those kids that want to also glue things down along with you. I'll show you that at the end of the video. Okay, so let me show you how I did this. I used this Heidi Swapp Sugar Chic. I'll put a link to this paper pad. It's really cute. I found it a few years ago, so I'm kind of surprised it's still available, but it is super cute. It's not a style I use a lot in scrapbooking. I think that's why I bought this smaller pack. This is a 6x6, but it had a lot of fun colors. And I always think about like, oh, this would be cute cards, things like that. It has a lot of nice, bold, kind of jewel tone shades in it. And so I thought, well, I could use this for the bookmarks because all of these coordinate, but it gives me a lot of contrasting options as well. The first thing I did was to cut each of these down into 3x3. This will allow you to make 4 bookmarks, 4 for the price of 1. Hold on to your hats. This is going off the rails. Okay, so that's really all the measuring you need to do. And again, you can make this in alternate sizes. I'll show you at the end. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip over one of your squares and fold 2 sides into roughly the center. You can also make the pencil line down the middle if you really want to be exact. I am a fast crafter. I eyeball everything. So you just kind of fold it into the middle, crease down your sides here, like so, and basically your bookmark is done. I like to put kind of a backing on this though, so obviously you don't have some weird wing type thing. I like to pick coordinating paper, put a little bit of glue. I feel like the art glitter glue works the best for this because glue gun will like immediately dry, and sometimes it doesn't really work that well. So then you're gonna put your paper on like so, just up to the line. Okay, oops. See, this is why I use the art glitter glue. It allows me to shift it around a little bit. Then you're gonna flip it over and just cut the extra paper. Boom, there's your bookmark. So this is essentially your base bookmark. Now where you go from here, infinite. I am in 2 different book clubs. Yes, I do read a lot. I tend to read about 100 books a year. I'm on Goodreads. So if you're on Goodreads, friend me. We'll read things together. Okay, but I gave little bookmarks like this to all of the people in my book clubs, just like as a little fun, happy mail type gift, and they all just thought it was the greatest thing ever. So what you can do is you could corner around this and just decorate as is, like I did with this here. You can also pull out all those cute edge type trimmers that you have. You know, you have all kinds of cute zigzags and floral, polka dot, whatever. And you could do that along your base too. So I'll show you on this one, for instance. Punch that out. And make a cute little trim, like so. You can also add things like rick-rack ribbon. The only real thing you want to keep in mind is you do want it to still close in a book. doesn't mean you can't go nuts. I always believe in fill your heart with embellishment joy. But you may not want to do super dimensional things like roses. I don't even know. Roses are about as fancy. Maybe like a huge bow that's gonna maybe stick your book up like this, unless that's what you want. Also, do whatever you want. But chipboard is great. Die cuts are great. This, I actually cut out from the same paper pack. This little smile embellishment here. I cut out, it was right here. You could use the Delight. There's some fun shapes I had cut out to use. Let's see what we could do here. Oh, chipboard. It's so fun. You could do like, let's do some rickrack ribbon. It's a fun craft to do too, to use up like odds and ends of your supplies that you still want to use, but you're not really sure how. So you never throw them away. But every time you see them again in a drawer, you're like, why am I keeping this? So there's some little ribbon. Let's do a little chipboard feather. For these kinds of things, I like to use hot glue because I know it's gonna stay where I put it. And then the flowers, these are cute. I found these work really well. These are from Prima. I'll put a link to this too. I like them because they have some rhinestones. They tend to match the color palette pretty well, but they're relatively small and flat, so I don't have to worry about adding too much bulk to my bookmark. So we're just gonna put a couple flowers on there. And see, it really is impulsive, willy-nilly. Willy-nilly is kind of how I do a lot of things. And then when you feel like it's done, well, then you're right, it's done. So here's a little one, cute, right? I'm gonna show you some of the other ones I made, little variation. This, I used the same punch at the bottom, but I just cut some angles. Why? No reason. I used some liquid pearls for the pearls there. This is probably about as bulky as I would use for a flower, but I liked it, so I used it. This is another one. I cut this out of the collection as well. It's super cute, right? Added a button. Again, it's pretty flat. Some rhinestones. And this punch here. This spring, I don't know if you're on my Facebook page, this spring always comes off now. Ever since I did the first time, I keep trying to fix it. There's 4 springs in these. This is like hardcore, like engineering. I keep putting it back on and it works still, but you know, that spring just, I find it all over the place. Okay, here's another one. This one I just used an edge trimmer at the bottom. Ribbon. There's a flat backed button. Cute. So now I want to show you another variation, which is size. This I made same fold technique. It was still a square, but this was an entire 6x6. So you could still use it same way, but if you want to use some like even bigger embellishments or just go a little bit fancier, look, it still tucks quite well. You can still close your book. Cute. Love it. So this one, same thing. You're just going to take your 6x6 paper, instead of trimming it down, fold it into the center like so. This is some heavy cardstock too, which is always kind of nice to work with, especially if you're going to make things like bookmarks. Knowing it's a nice heavy cardstock is, whew. If you have a bone folder, I always feel like I need those. I see them in all the videos. They all use the bone folders. Why don't I have one of those? What's up? I have everything else. So just the same fold. You're going to find some more paper to put, we'll do that way, on the back. I mean, easy, right? You could use tons of scrap paper. Again, if you have a coordinating collection though, it will just make your life so much easier because you don't even have to think about it. Everything's gonna coordinate and it's just gonna look so cute. And then I'm gonna cut the excess here. Now, if you don't want a bookmark that is essentially 6 inches deep, who could blame you? You do still want this to fit in a book. And unless you're reading the, I don't know, Encyclopedia Britannica, is that still around? This might be too big for your average book. So I do trim this down just to wherever you feel, because it'll also trim down a little bit more if you're using an edge punch. See? And then I could take my edger here with my loosey-goosey spring. Somebody did tell me, a couple people told me actually on Facebook this weekend, that Fiskars is really good about their return policy and replacing things. So that's good to know. I just need to now contact them. Okay, so here's my little edge. Cute. And then you could even use some paper from the line to make a cute little strip here. You could add ribbons. I mean, really, you can't go wrong. So let me show you how you could also make this a kid's craft, because again, those kids, they want something to do, right? For them, what I did is I just made all the bases. So these are the 3x3s. I made a ton of them. And then I gave them a little workstation, not with the hot glue, probably not preferable, but with glue, glue stick, tape runners, and gave them all the things that they could use that would fit and still make a bookmark. So buttons, brads, gemstones, those flat flowers, and then they could make their own, because we go to the library at least once a week. Now they feel like they have their own little bookmarks, and they stay busy for at least, I don't know, 7 to 10 minutes. Then it's on to the next thing, leaving chaos in their wake. But you know, you try. They had fun. No one was fighting. It's a good day. So let me know what you think. Oh, actually, comment please and give me a book suggestion, because I'm currently reading 3 books. Digital one, I read an audiobook while I cross stitch, and I always have a physical book. So I'm constantly on the lookout for like the next thing to read and put on my hold on the library. So I would love to know what you suggest and recommend. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell too, so you can be notified as soon as I upload my next video. And thanks for stopping in. Check it out and try it out. Let's make some stuff. Bye.